Mr. Jim. How you doing, Jim?
Good, how are you?
That's awesome. We were getting a 5th scale model of the Predator that is very hard to find. And we can work with this on 3D modeling.
Where are we?
At Motion Products in Appleton.
Looks like it's been like painted almost.
That's okay, because it has a wing on it that we can 3D model.
Yeah, we have a wing.
That's one of our missing pieces.
This is a nice place, by the way. Look at the floors. Wow.
I really appreciate you getting this for me.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks wild in the light.
It does.
Really gives you a sense of form, you know, without all the stuff that's on the actual car right now.
I know. And it completes the car for me with the wing on it. My vision in my head has been struggling without the wing on the car. And the original wing was carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere. I don't know who has it where it is.
Yeah, so we just stopped over in Motion and we talked to Jim, who graciously gave us the model, as you saw. Really cool shop. I head over to another location of theirs to look at some equipment and just kind of eyeball some stuff. Hopefully I can film in there. But these guys, what they do is they restore like vintage Ferraris and old Lamborghinis and things of that nature. It's a very delicate sheet metal work. So these guys definitely had a hand in working on the Predator project, obviously, with the original builder, Mark Garish. So really cool opportunity for us to be able to come out here and get the model, and super nice that they were able to hand that over to us. Because our goal now, going forward, is to scan the small model that we have to reconstruct the wing and to construct the headlights on the car. Because the car as it sits, I don't know if you guys noticed in the last video, it doesn't have any headlight cutouts.
Turn left.
So, that being said, Midwestern hospitality out here. So today we went to Motion Products Incorporated and we talked to our good friend over there, Jim, who gave us a really cool tour of all their different facilities. I wasn't allowed to film back there. I wish I was, because there was some cars back there that are worth more money than I'll ever see or touch in my lifetime. So it was really cool. I'll tell you this much. What I am allowed to say is they do specialize in restoring classic Ferraris. So if you know classic Ferraris, you probably have an idea what I'm talking about. So that was a real treat. But a bigger treat for us was the fact that we were able to get the model of the Predator, the one that they used to kind of experiment with the body, to mock things up before they made the actual car. So we really needed this because we don't have any way of making a wing for the car until we're able to 3D scan it. And if it doesn't exist, there's nothing to scan, there's no parts, there's no molds, so we'd have to basically be starting from scratch, which we don't want to do. So now that we have this model, we can use the wing that's on there, scan it, and reproduce what originally would have been there in carbon fiber. Another cool thing that's on this model is it actually has headlights cut out, which if you saw the other video, you notice it had no headlights cut out. They were just kind of penciled in on top of the car. So we're not sure if we're going to go with this design. To me, it kind of looks C6 Corvette-ish in the front, and we're not sure if that's the direction we want to go. But this is a nice starting point to experiment. So the next steps with this model is for us to strip it down because it already has paint and everything on it. And then we're going to use it to 3D print wheels, to 3D print components on it. For example, lights, do the fog lights, maybe a grill. It might turn into an RC car at some point. I know a lot of people are hoping for that, that we talked to that have been around this model for a while. So, but top priority is figuring out the direction we need to go. In other news, we move into our shop on February 1st, which is why there hasn't been a lot of content about the Predator, because it's currently sitting in a secure storage location until we're able to get it in and work on it. one of the top things that we need to do with the actual car is get off all of the Bondo body filler, whatever you want to call it, that's all over the car, and also strip down the paint. On the actual car, everything here back is aluminum. Everything here forward is fiberglass. So the goal is to be able to get off the body filler and Bondo that's on the car without damaging the aluminum or the fiberglass that's underneath. So we've been exploring different options to do that. As far as the aluminum goes, there are some like strippers that you can use that won't eat away at the aluminum. Media blasting can be kind of tricky because you can get hot spots where you're like basically burning through the metal just from the friction of the media. But we also need something that's abrasive enough to get all of that heavy filler off. So we looked at something, what was it? We looked at dry ice blasting, and we figured out that wasn't going to be abrasive enough. We looked into soda blasting, figured out that also wasn't going to be abrasive enough. So now we're just looking at regular sandblasting, but with a really fine grain and just being super light on the car. So I'll give you updates on that as they come, but that's where we're at. You'll be seeing more content soon. If anybody wants to help out with this project, shoot us an email, give us a comment, give us a call, go on our website, go on our Facebook, Romulus Predator. And yeah, let us know. We're working with several brands and businesses right now to make this all happen, so every little bit helps.